Welcome, everyone, and welcome to Keto King's Beer and Barbecue Banter, an open topic, uncensored, unplanned ad-lib show. I'm your host, James P. Madonna, and welcome to the new year, 2022. It happens to be the first show that I'm doing in 2022, so this is historic. It is 3:07 p.m. Eastern Time, and I'm going to bring on my co-host for this show. Very unique show. The one and only BC Beer Reviews from the state of Michigan. Here he is, BC.
What's going on, James?
Happy New Year to you, and I take it you had a decent New Year. How's your motor scooter doing?
Not good, man. It's still broke, man. The starter, man. Got to get a starter on the thing. There's a wait list to get the thing into the shop. So, man.
What are you doing in the shop? Are they like sleeping under a sombrero or something?
Something, man. They say it's a backlog, man, because
a backlog.
Yeah.
I think it's a
I've got a backlog for them if they got one, if they need one. But I'm sure they don't want that though.
Yeah, backlog. Yeah. I've heard that before. I mean, you would think that they would start with the fastest and easiest job first and then work their way to the biggest job, because the fastest and easiest job they could bang up, get paid, and have you pick up the vehicle. But no, they're ass backwards. They're probably prioritizing first come, first serve. But what if first come happens to be a major job that's going to take a few days or more? Yeah. Meanwhile, somebody that comes by that, let's say, wants a tune-up and an oil change, well, what do they have to do? They have to wait like a week or two for that? I mean, that's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, on one hand, I get what you're saying, but as far as I'm just making conversation here. So as far as oil changes go, I know how to do the oil change, but the starter, I've got no idea, man, with a scooter.
Yeah,
now, if it was a car starter, it'd be a different story. I know what to do with that one.
Well, oil change on a motorcycle, I'm assuming, does not need a couple of ramps like you would need for a car.
No. You just put the kickstand up and lay on the ground, kind of feel your way a little bit by sight. Get that bolt off, let it drain, put the bolt back in, and then put the oil back into it as much as you need for that particular
So the
engine.
crankcase will empty sideways because the bike will be tilted on its side, right?
Yeah.
Like that. I mean, personally, when I have my car, I think very highly of synthetic oil. I notice the difference without a doubt.
Okay.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, you only change it every 6,000 miles instead of 3,000 miles. The engine is smoother and quieter. It prolongs the life of your engine much more than regular, petroleum based oil.
Yeah.
It's well worth it. I know it costs more, but it's well worth it if you want to do the best for your vehicle and for your pocketbook.
Yeah.
So we'll be reaching the new year. Hopefully, it'll be better than the past 2 years, which
definitely. Yeah.
were a nightmare, to say the least, especially 2020. But I don't know, with the Omicron, let's see what happens. Let's just see what happens. I'm going to start by talking about where I went last night for New Year's Day. I decided to try a new all-you-can-eat sushi and sashimi place, which happens to be the most popular one in the area, and I don't understand why, but maybe it's the first one that ever opened up, and maybe they've been around a long time. But when nobody else was around, no competition was around, but now there's competition. But I went there. It's called Arigato. Yes, we name names on my show. How on earth would scoundrels and scallywags out there learn their lesson if you don't name names? So I went to Arigato. They open up at 5 p.m. and the waitresses were very friendly and very attentive. The atmosphere, it was crowded. It was busy. They take reservations. Nice atmosphere. You get a good shot of a very large and long sushi bar where the men are preparing the food. And but personally, I was sitting in the front. It was too bright, way too bright in the front. But then again, I could see the menu a lot better.
Yeah.
But anyway, I had a table for two, and the people that made reservations had tables for like 4 or 5 or whatever. So, which is good because they didn't chase me out and say, "Hey, look, we have people that made reservations. You're going to have to leave after an hour and a half," which they reserve the right to do it because they take reservations. So, to make a long story short, I was disappointed. Compared to the other place I was going to, the menu was very limited and small in Arigato compared to the first place I was going to, which had a larger, more diverse, more variety menu, much better menu. And what this Spanish lady and her young daughter told me online at the register at Whole Foods, she was absolutely correct, dead on accurate, when she told me, don't go to Arigato because they're stingy with the fish. They give you much smaller amount of fish in the tekamaki, in the rolls. That's Japanese for the rolls. And she was right. They were cheap with the fish. I had more rice. I had probably 3 times as much rice than fish. So they were stingy, and they had a very limited menu. So shame on you, Arigato. I'm going back to the first one. I can't pronounce the name. I have the business card in my wallet. I'll get it later, but I'm returning back to the original place where I was going live stream as I was stuffing my face. So that's it. That's my review on Arigato. Now,
yeah, take care. Arigato.
Yeah, Arigato is really, I hate when restaurant owners, when they get like established, especially if they're the only restaurant that's doing that in the area. Once they get established, they start to cut corners and get cheap and stingy. And I hate when they do that. It's like they're disrespecting the customer. They're showing contempt for the customer. Now, during on Christmas Eve, my brother-in-law he likes to give grab bag presents, which are, he'll give me a new duffel bag, usually a medium-sized one, small or medium-sized duffel bag. I have more than enough brand new duffel bags. I got a really great one that he gave me it's gonna be fantastic with the shoulder strap when I go shopping. If I have to carry anything, it's beautiful. Has a lot of compartments. Like I can even go on a weekend, I can go on a 5-day vacation somewhere. I mean, it's got so many compartments, zippered compartments all over. So anyway,
so it's a pair of cargo pants.
it's like a pair of really good cargo pants. Exactly. You got a pocket. You got the main pocket, then you got another pocket below that, then you got another pocket below that, and you got 2 pockets in the back. And just like I love jackets, you see, that have deep inside pockets. Inside the jacket.
Yeah.
And you know what I don't understand? How clothing designers don't think of putting 2 inside pockets in a jacket. And the reason why I'm saying is, what if one person that buys it is left-handed and they're not right-handed?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Get it? Because a person that's left-handed is going to prefer to retrieve items out of the inside pocket with their left hand, and right-handed people are going to want to go left with their right hand to take something out. But these idiots, it takes James P. Madonna to think of this. These morons that graduated from fashion school can't come up with these new innovative ideas, use their brain cells. Bunch of knuckleheads.
Yeah,
so,
well, allegedly they're educated.
Well, the little guy, the little guy, really, they should highly respect feedback from the little guy, the consumer, because the consumers know best. And I just gave ideas about fashion design. 2 deep inside pockets and 2 deep outside pockets. Now, on the other hand, they do something else that's stupid. Maybe because a lot of fashion designers for women are gay. They're gay, and they really don't like women, and they want to make them look ridiculous. But women's jackets have very shallow pockets, and often not many. They have less pockets than men, and you're lucky if you get half of it. You're lucky if you get 4 fingers into the pocket. I mean, well, why? Because they assume women have purses. What if a woman what if she doesn't feel like carrying a small purse everywhere she goes? Except if she goes out to like a formal affair or something. What if a woman has a nice jacket and she might want to have pockets like a man's jacket, and put her lipstick, her, some cosmetics, her wallet. Women do have wallets. They look different, but they have them. Bring her important stuff with her in the inside of a coat or a jacket. Don't these asshole fruit booties think of these things when they design women's clothes? I like to give them a crack right across the jaw. Now, getting to the grab bag. My brother-in-law gives very interesting grab bags, and it's fun because you open it up and you have like half a dozen little packages of different sizes, and you never know what he's going to give you. And yes, he gave me some things that I can use, that I like. Now, one of the items that he likes to give me, I hope, is what he likes to give me is special top shelf exotic soaps. Now, I hope it's not because he thinks I stink. I hope that's not the reason why he gives me soaps. But they're good soap. Now, this soap, it's a gigantic bar of pine scented soap. It's dark green. It's almost like pine tar soap. And it's the first soap that has like flag waving right wing propaganda on it. Here we got "Victory is in your hands." Duke Cannon. It says it's a man, like a manly man soap, big ass soap. Duke Cannon is a man's man. Okay, and then you got a bunch of mumbo jumbo. He doesn't care much for small dogs, Appletinis, or shows about singing and dancing. He's not the most interesting man in the world, but he once bowled a 260. He can fix damn near anything, and he knows his way around the grill. Oh wow, that's important. He drives an American truck. Played a little ball back in the 1980s, and talks about the good old days when hockey players didn't wear helmets. Oh, this guy's a pisser. So Duke Cannon, okay. Oh, they make it in Minnesota. Wagata? I think that says Wagata, Minnesota. Okay. And it says that Duke Cannon soap is made in the same factory that used to make soap for the Korean War veterans when they were over in Korea. And it smells really great. I'm using it as a hand soap by the kitchen sink, but it's big. Trust me, as you can see. It's a big ass bar. And, there's all kinds of little, it says here, big ass brick of soap. Smells like victory. See, BC?
Yeah.
Big ass brick of soap. This soap product is designed to meet the high standards of hardworking men who want to get clean and smell good. So I guess it's good for your genitalia, for sweaty balls, right?
Yeah, that's what you want, is to smell manly. Smell manly.
A portion of proceeds benefits U.S. veterans. Yeah, that's what they say. You can't believe charities nowadays. But I just thought it was funny, as point of interest. Okay, now the other bar of soap is really high quality, and I've seen the infomercials. Dr. Squatch.
Dr. Squatch.
Dr. Squatch. Hey, Dr. Squatch. Dr. Squatch men's natural soap. This one is pine tar. The one I'm using for my shower is bay rum. Oatmeal and what the fuck is that? Band. Oh, sand? Oatmeal and sand, heavy grit. This one is heavy grit. The other one. Oh. So this will be good
on the pores and whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if this is going to be good for the shower. This might be good for the hands.
Oh, yeah. Like
So
lava soap. Yeah.
rugged, woodsy, and strong, just like a Squatch man should be. Well, let me tell you, Squatch man, the the commercial, and they have their commercials on YouTube. Dr. Squatch Soap has this guy with a real hairy chest scrubbing himself, taking a shower with the Dr. Squatch soap.
Yeah.
Okay. And let me tell you, Squatcho, I would never buy this with my own money because you know how much this bar cost if you had to buy it? $10 each.
I was about to say $9 are up. Yeah.
No, you're right. Yeah, $10. There's no way I'm spending $10 on. I don't care how good the soap is. If I wanted like 100%, if 100% natural ingredient, top shelf soap, I'll spend like under $3 a bar and go to Whole Foods and get their homemade, their handmade soaps with all natural ingredients.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get no Dr. Squatch infomercial soap with some hairy chest guy taking a shower. I mean, come on, give me a break. $10.
It's like buying Calvin Klein clothes, man. You're paying for the name, but the clothes come out shitty anyway. They last how long? And you got to replace them with other stuff? Nah, man. Give me regular jeans. Give me a white T-shirt. I'm good. I could go throughout my whole day without paying for expensive stuff because I'm paying for the name. No, I'm too smart for that. So you companies out there, this is what you get. Yeah.
Yes, these companies that like to rip off the consumer in our capitalist retail system. I have an itch in the middle of my forehead. They need scratch.
Exactly.
Damn
Right
too.
Yep.
Speaking of crooks, I got so tired of seeing the commercials that I decided to go to their website. You know what item is a ripoff also? You ever hear of the Duluth trading post close? Duluth.
Yeah, I've heard about them. Yeah.
They used to bombard us with commercials about, underwear for men and this, that, and the other thing, and the special shirts they sell. Their clothes, even their underwear, cost a fortune. I would rather go to Walmart.com and get Hanes underwear and pay a tiny fraction for boxer briefs and whatever. They have really nice pants for wearing in the house. It's called Hanes jogging pants. They're like
sweatpants. Yeah.
They're like sweatpants with deep pockets in the front, and the bottom part is not flared out. The bottom part comes narrow with like an elastic. So,
okay, I got you. Yeah.
So it stays down, and they're like 12, $13 each. I mean, screw Duluth trading,
Yeah.
These are companies that obviously spend a lot of money on advertisement.
It kind of gets me what you're saying. It's like I totally get it. It's like, I don't know how many beers you review. Okay, now I review quite a few. I mean, twice a week I record my shows. Now, point I'm getting at is this. Now, I've had some beers where, like, say, like, for an example, okay. Now, this is a unique. Masumi, how you doing, Masumi? Now, this looks like a decent.
Masumi, good morning. Good morning to you. It is now 4:20, I think. Hold on. 4:29, almost 4:30 a.m. in Japan, near Tokyo. And say hello to your grandson, Chihiro, and your daughter, Lisa, and your son-in-law. If they're there, I'm sure. Give them my greetings. Good morning and happy Monday. in the new year, 2022. Good morning. Assume. Okay, go ahead. Show the stout again. Then I'll show you
Okay,
mine.
now this can looks pretty decent.
Oh, I know.
Now,
It's in New
yeah,
Jersey.
yeah. Now this was pretty good. Even with the can art looking as at the very least decent. It depends on your viewpoint. Now this looks good to me. Okay,
It
as far
looks
as
good.
yeah. And now I've came across some beers. I forget their names. I wish I could remember them now. Where the can looked awesome, but the beer tasted like shit. And it's like, come on, they spent all their money on the artwork. And I was like, what happened to the quality of the beer, man? And it's like, as far as I go, I got to go by the quality of the beer, not by the art on the can. So,
Well,
they're getting a little
when
great.
you're done, I will tell you how disappointed I was with ship bottom products, and they suck. And or I hate to say it, but most of the beers in New Jersey that don't come from small independent microbreweries suck. I was very disappointed. And you're right. Sometimes you could have the most boring label with no artistic design on the can or bottle, and it could be fantastic beers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, go ahead.
So, I mean, all I'm saying is, guys out there that make these beers and whatnot, man, get it together, man. Come on, man. I mean, you want us for viewers to give you guys a good rep, talk about you in a positive light. Come on, man. You guys got to step up your game.
You know what I
So,
think they're doing, BC? What I think they're doing is they're cutting corners and
yeah,
try to increase their profits, because if they got a huge variety of real hops, not just a couple hops,
yeah,
get all the varieties of the hops, whatever, Galaxy, blah blah blah, all of them, and use better quality yeast, use better quality malts, import the malts and the yeast from Germany if you have
if
to.
you got to, yeah, either way, yeah,
Yeah, and do it the right way. Don't
yeah,
use adjuncts, you cheap bastards, you greedy bastards. Don't use adjuncts. Don't use corn and rice. Stick to the German purity law. Barley, hops, filtered or mountain spring water, and yeast.
yep, yep,
That's the basic formula for beer or ale, right? Now if you want to use oatmeal and you want to make oatmeal stout, you make an oatmeal stout. All
yeah,
right. But don't be cutting corners using corn and rice, and like all those people that love the big corporate macro companies that put preservative, chemical preservatives and use adjuncts. Add junk is a good, for their
yeah,
beers. I mean, I don't know where Budweiser gets the slogan "King of Beers" from. They're
yeah.
very delusional.
And that's one I'm glad. I, you know, I don't drink that one often, and I hate to say it, but I think I've told this story before. If not, I'm telling this story now. I used to work out in Riverview, and I lived out in Ecorse at the time. And there was this bar on Mondays that they would sell Budweisers for $1 a bottle at a bar. Now
Right.
that's a great deal. $1 a bottle for Budweisers. You know how much you're going to pay for a bottle of Budweiser at a bar? You're looking at least $250 easy at the time, and this was 20 years ago. And me and a couple of buddies would head over there at work, just drinking these Budweisers.
Now they want
And,
$6 in my area.
oh, they're what? $6?
$6 for a bottle of
Oh,
macro beer. And you know what? You know what I do? I ask them if they have. I don't ask them if they have Miller or Coors. I ask them if they have like Modelo Especial
yeah,
or something else like a macro that tastes good.
yeah.
Canadian beer, you know what I mean? A Molson's
Like
or
a Band or Molson or something. Yeah,
yeah. I stay clear because it gives me heartburn anyway. I stay clear of Miller, Coors, Budweiser. I don't want any other. Pabst Blue Ribbon, I thought was very like weak and watered down. It was almost
Yeah,
like seltzer water to me.
yeah,
To
I
me,
call that swamp water myself. The Pabst Blue Ribbon.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
I had a uncle that drank that all the time.
I was very impressed with the website from your state, Bell's Brewery. Bell's Brewery had a nice selection.
Oh yeah, I mean, I could go on and on and on about Bell's beers. I mean, I can't not tell you how many beers I've actually reviewed from Bell's Beers on my channel, and they just keep coming out with beer after beer after beer after beer after beer. I was like, dude, they're like a machine. Just well, I mean, I get it. That's like it's a corporation. It's supposed to run like a machine. They're supposed to come out with these beers like this, like that, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
But my goodness, man, they're just coming out one after another. It was like, dude, sometimes it's hard to keep up with a lot of this.
The most impressive website product line that deals with reasonably priced, low cost beers that taste damn good is Genesee up in Rochester, New York. Genesee Cream
Yeah,
Ale. They have a product line that most liquor stores don't carry. You
yeah,
know, and, they're real. Talk about numbskulls and idiots. The managers of these mom and pop liquor stores in my area are complete morons. They don't order the good things and get the whole product line. Put out small airline bottles and single cans for people to sample. No, they don't think of that. So yeah, Genesee, low price beers, great variety. Bell's Brewery, same deal. Great Lakes is a little pricey, honestly. Great
yeah.
Lakes.
I think I've mentioned it before on some other channel. I don't know if I mentioned it here, but Great Lakes Brewing Company. When I first heard the name Great Lakes Brewing Company, I thought they were a Michigan-based beer. Then I started looking at the bottles and carton that
Cleveland,
the six pack came in. They're out of Cleveland, Ohio.
Lake Erie.
Yeah, and it was like, dude. I mean, I get it that it's Lake Erie is part of the Great Lakes, but I just thought it was a Michigan-based beer. But nope. Yeah,
Yeah, you don't get great. You don't get really great out of Great Lakes until you hit Lake Michigan.
yeah,
Lake Michigan, Lake Huron, and Lake
Lake,
Superior.
yeah, and Lake Erie, and
Well, Erie is Cleveland. Maybe the beginning of Detroit.
yeah, because I know like where I'm at now, where I'm living, that's where it starts, Lake Erie, where I'm starting, and yeah, you're right, Detroit. Yeah,
Well, and Lake Ontario, where Rochester, New York, and Toronto,
Niagara, yeah, and
Ontario,
Niagara
Canada.
Falls.
That's the smallest of the Great Lakes. Then you have Lake Erie has Buffalo, New York. They have Erie, Pennsylvania. They have Cleveland, and little tad bit of the beginning of the Detroit metro area, I would say. But Detroit in French means straits, which is a body of water that connects two large bodies,
Yeah,
almost like a channel.
yeah. If you look at maps of like Michigan and like the Detroit area, you'll see that there's kind of what you're saying. Now, Canada and Detroit or Michigan in general, there's a portion where there's, like you're saying, a strait where it looks like a river on a map. But don't let that fool you. It looks like a river, but it looks a lot larger than a river where I'm at. So it looks wider than what it does on a map. Now, on the map, it looks like it's about that big. But here, it's like 5 times the size. But that's the thing. But yeah, they
It's,
do call
it's
it
a
straight now.
channel.
Yeah.
It's a channel. It's a channel that connects Lake Erie to maybe Lake Huron?
Yeah, Lake Huron. Yeah.
Lake Huron, and then the upper peninsula of Michigan. Is that on Lake Huron, or is that more than one?
If you're talking north of the peninsula, that's Lake Superior. And then on the west side of the state, that's Lake Michigan. So, yeah.
Okay, just like the west coast of Michigan is on Lake Michigan, right?
Yeah, the west coast is Lake Michigan, yeah.
The west coast is on Lake. So you're like the west coast of Michigan is probably like across from Milwaukee, Green Bay, like like if you cross Lake Michigan, if you went from east to west, you would probably hit Milwaukee or Green Bay to the north.
You'll hit Wisconsin first, and then if you go a ways, then you got Minnesota. But one of the first states you get once you cross over Lake Michigan is Lake Minnesota, or no, Wisconsin.
He's Wisconsin. So
yeah.
those two cities, the people. So my friend from Chicago, they despise Milwaukee and Green Bay. Well, first of all, the Chicago Bears, the Green Bay Packers are a big rival of the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, the same here with Detroit. Yeah, with the Lions. Yeah. So
the Lions and the Bears, Buckheads.
Occasionally, but we generally buck heads more with Green Bay though, a lot more.
Green Bay and then Cleveland Browns.
Green Bay and then Chicago.
Then Chicago. So because Milwaukee is honestly on the map is real close to Chicago. Milwaukee's not that far from Chicago. And I don't know how big a city Green Bay is, but they're big enough to support the Packers.
Yeah. They're probably bigger than Detroit as far as population goes.
Green Bay?
And Detroit doesn't have that much of a population. So,
well, Detroit, maybe a lot of people might have left Detroit after, the economy of Detroit took a beating.
Yeah. Because if you ever look up documentaries about Detroit and they start going out like outside of the downtown area of Detroit, you start seeing these blocks of empty fields that houses used to be on. And it kind of looks like a broken up state park with like these broken trails that used to be alleyways. And it's like, dude, come on, man. I knew things were bad, but come on, man.
Where was the main Ford assembly plant in General Motors? Was that like Dearborn?
Originally it was Berkeley Avenue. I don't know where that was, but like I know it. I think his original one was in his house. Then he went to Berkeley Avenue in Detroit. This was in Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to have a membership to the Henry Ford Museum, and they actually had a small little replica of his workshop before he ended up getting the Berkeley building. And then once the Model T started exploding, he had to get a new assembly plant in Dearborn. Yeah, so it's in Dearborn.
Well, you know what happened? Henry Ford got a government contract to make military vehicles during World War One.
Yeah, and that was at the Willow Run plant. Yeah,
for the United States military. Yeah, that's probably why he expanded so much. And the Model T was a revolutionary mass-produced. It was probably the most successful mass-produced car, the first mass-produced car.
Yeah.
It was successfully mass-produced.
They had over 50 million of them things produced, man, at least. And it was like, how much of a, what is that? I don't know, maybe iconic. Well, it is iconic. And you know how well that caught on? The Model T, they have over 50 million of them made. You don't see that many cars being produced over 50 million of them these days.
Well, yeah, it was exciting to people because it was the first in those days reasonably priced mass-produced vehicle. It was the first.
Yeah.
And between that and the military contract, that really he was sitting on Easy Street,
Oh yeah.
Henry Ford, and then you had other car companies like Chevrolet was named after a famous French race car driver. His last name was Chevrolet, and
As a GMC or even what is that other one?
the Dodge brothers.
Yeah, Dodge. Yeah.
There were two brothers. They died of tuberculosis, but they were like the most. They said they were the most brilliant people in the automotive industry back then, and they kept the name, but they passed away. And I know Cadillac is a town in Michigan.
Yeah, I was about to say Cadillac too. Yeah.
Cadillac is probably an Indian, could be an American, like Pontiac.
Yeah.
Pontiac is another town in Michigan, right?
Yeah. Just like Wyandotte, Michigan. That's another Native American tribe town. Yeah.
I think Pontiac might have been the name of a chief, a Native American chief.
I can't remember at this point, which is what. Yeah.
Because
hold on. Hold that thought. I'm gonna grab my shoes on and stuff. I've got to check these ribs.
Ooh, now we're gonna give you guys the front row seat on. I wonder where the other folks are. You jabroni jumbalonis. I sent you the link. Well, I want to welcome all viewers, visitors to my weekly show, which is a progressive discussions, a Mega Life 21 production. Okay, so we have incorporated progressive discussions that I used to do since 1995 into a lot of fun, lighter subjects like barbecue, food, tips on cooking, recipes, the culinary delectables of life, and all kinds of fun stuff. And I decided to make it an open topic show. So, but it is under the umbrella of progressive discussions, and of course, visit Progressive Discussions YouTube channel, Tumblr. I'm on Tumblr, and I'm on Facebook. Progressive Discussions on Facebook, Tumblr, and YouTube. I used to be on Twitter, but they terminated my account because I gave my honest political opinion. And heaven forbid you should give your honest opinion about anything and exercise your First Amendment rights. So they terminated me fast. Twitter and Facebook is getting bad with the Facebook prison and the penalties and the suspensions. It's going to get to the point where everyone's going to go to TikTok, which is the Chinese company, I believe. A good friend of mine got so stressed out and angry that he terminated his Facebook profile. Jeff Zambello. Okay, let me get a close up because a close up is what this deserves. There we go. There we go. Let's get a good bird's eye view. What are they? Country ribs or spare?
Oh, these are beef ribs.
Oh, beef. Oh, like short ribs.
No, beef as in BEEF ribs.
BEEF as in.
See that?
Oh yeah.
See how big the bones are? They're bigger than pork, so they're beef ribs.
Yeah. One time I was at a buffet and they had barbecue. They had like stewed or steamed beef ribs in a barbecue sauce, and the meat fell right off the bone. And this looks really good. I see you using Sweet Baby Ray, I think.
Yep.
Barbecue sauce, and there is the great smoker grill of BC beer reviews. The big kahuna. And he's spreading that barbecue sauce. Oh yeah, they look really good.
Yeah.
See, this I don't mind eating medium well or medium or well done, or I don't mind it because the way you're cooking it It's like cooking a smoked brisket, right? It ends up being very tender. It's on the bone.
Yeah, it's so nice. I mean, I hate to say it, but I've never had beef ribs in my entire life. And I seen this at the store. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give this a shot. And that
Well,
video you showed, you sent me that one time. Was it like 4 or 5 days ago about the ribs? I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have to try something, man.
well, this is my first show of the year, and this is your first time preparing beef ribs.
Yeah,
So it's really a first.
yeah. Now, as far as seasonings go, I just threw on a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, a little bit of onion powder, a little bit of
Yeah.
garlic powder, and cracked black peppers. So, yeah,
Oh, you mean the fresh ground peppercorns, fresh ground
yeah,
black.
yeah.
That's good. You ever use a good sea salt on your meats?
I usually do. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been using the Himalayan pink salt, and I get it from on Amazon. I get a 5 pound sack from so San Francisco Salt Company, and it's a 5 pound sack of the Himalayan pink salt, which I predict is going to last me a long time.
Oh, okay. Now I know they sell that pink salt at Aldi's, but it
They
comes
got,
like in a grinder. Like
well,
you
no,
will.
all these has the one that's already ground in a bag, but it's not five
Oh, do
pounds.
they?
Yeah, it's not 5 pounds, but it's about at least a pound.
Okay, because I know they had like a little container where you're able to ground Himalayan pink salt in its own grinder. So I didn't know they had like their own bag of it. So
Yeah, no, they got their own bag, and um, I decided to do a little search on Amazon Prime, and lo and behold, I found a 5 pound bag, and it was very reasonably priced. I mean, compared to what a lot of stores are charging for Himalayan pink salt, but all these prices are always good. I mean, they're always one of the very best.
yeah, that's
Uh,
why I always end up shopping at Aldi's because I mean their
well,
prices they can't be beat for the most part. So
well, all these is a perfect place to bring a good duffel bag as your shopping bag.
yeah, yeah. And I've got enough of their Aldi's brand shopping bags to last me a lifetime. That's why I bring like 2 or 3 or 4 of them bags with me. I know it don't. I know it don't sound like much, but they're 10 cents a bag. But I'm gonna make sure I get my 10 cents worth out of their bags by bringing them with me when I go shopping. So hey,
Well, they're also um, they're also strong. Like
yeah,
just like when Trader Joe's used to have these special Trader Joe's plastic bags, and they encourage people to reuse them. And I have enough of them saved. Let me tell you something. They're strong bags. They are not going to bust for. They are really strong, but it's easier for me because I walk to have the duffel bag with the diagonal
shoulder.
with the
Yeah.
diagonal shoulder strap. It's a hell of a lot easier for me. And look who is here, the one and only Geordie from
Scotland.
Hey,
Scotland.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year, James. Happy New Year, Chris. Hope you guys are doing good.
Happy
Happy
New
New
Year.
Year to you, man.
And this is the first show of the new year, and BC is cooking beef ribs on the smoker grill for the first time ever, Geordie. Beef ribs.
Oh, that sounds delicious, man.
Who is the young man? Who is the young man behind you? I see a little boy. What's his name? Haggis?
Braden. Haggis.
Raven? No, Raven. Raven?
There he is. You want to say hello?
You said Raven?
You need to come in here. So you need to go on this bit.
Haggis.
No,
Haggis.
you don't want to do it. But that's James. This is James. That's James. Say
He's
hi.
shy, right? He's shy.
Say hi, James.
Hi.
He
So
says
you-
hi back. Will we put the headphones off and
So his name is
That's loud.
his
That
name
loud?
is what was his name again?
Braden.
Oh, Raven, like the big black bird, like the huge bird. Raven, right?
I don't know, but his name
What
is
do
Braden.
you mean?
What do you mean?
What is it? How you spell it? Raven?
Bradan. Yeah.
BR.
Mini me. This is
Raven.
Oh, Raven, like
Yeah.
brave, like
Oh.
hey, hey you, like Braveheart. Hold on, I got another bell. Brave, I got another bell. You missed the green room before I went live. I was playing really good freestyle music from the 80s.
Oh, really? Damn, I missed it.
But I wasn't on the air, so YouTube won't take my video down.
Oh.
Hey, you got a haircut. Look at that. Look at Jordy's really cool hairdo. He's got a buzz. You got a buzz on the side and the back. Look at that, BC.
Oh, looking nice.
Look, he's got a
Got it
buzz.
right tight.
He's got a buzz on the side and the back and long on top.
Yeah, I kept my fringe. I want to keep my fringe, you know. You okay? You okay?
No, man, it looks good.
Yeah. You sure?
Yep.
Cool.
Wait a minute. Are you that person on the box of oatmeal, Scottish oatmeal wearing the kilt? Is that the little boy?
I forgot about that. I remember I sent you that. Yeah. No, that was just a picture of. That's actually a picture of a famous.
No, that was him. That was Braven on the box of oatmeal.
That was Braden on the. Remember you ate porridge.
You're the oatmeal kid.
That was you. One.
What?
Remember?
You're
What?
the oatmeal.
He loves
You're the
porridge.
boy.
See the porridge, the big box of porridge with a guy with a kilt.
Porridge.
That's you when you're older, and you go.
Wearing the kilt, right?
Hey,
What do you mean? That
I don't know. I don't know what I mean.
looked like me in the 80s.
in the 80s.
No. Do you swear?
All right.
I
All right. Now we're gonna get a close up of Braven and Jordy. Hey, Braven, there you are.
Why are you calling me Braven?
Is that his name?
Braden. Braden is your name.
All right, I'll call you Haggis. I'll call you Haggis from now on.
It's Braden.
Braden with a D.
Braden with a D.
Oh, with a D.
Is that
With an
Listen,
so it's
listen,
Braden.
Braven, how do you like your teacher in school? What do you think of your teacher?
Tell him. Oh, she's.
What do you think of your teacher? You have a good look. Is she a good looking? Is she a good looking teacher or an ugly teacher?
a little ugly?
A little ugly.
Ugly. Are the girls? Most of the girls in the school ugly or are they cute?
A little
A little cute.
A little cute, or your teacher's a little ugly? Oh.
on a crush with him. No.
You're in a crush with one of them?
No.
No, you're not. All right.
None.
You're not in a crush with girls in the school. Right. My heart broke once.
You don't like any of them. They all stink on ice, right? They all stink on ice.
Yeah.
What?
What? You do have a wee girlfriend that comes up and stays. Was it Charlotte? But you the way Charlotte.
No.
Oh, he's got a girlfriend? Oh, he's got a girlfriend.
You said Charlotte or Shallot? Like, the onion.
Charlotte.
the vegetable,
Charlotte.
Oh, Charlotte. Call her Shallot. I renamed her.
You got yourself a pimp right there, man.
Bring her for fish and chips. Bring Charlotte for fish and chips. You like fish and chips?
Chips? No. He likes chicken nuggets. He likes.
You like my mug? It cost me $1 in the dollar store. You like my mug?
I thought it was $10 or $20.
No, I don't pay $10 for a mug. Are you serious? This is the book, man. I'm a smart shopper. I'm the educated consumer.
Yeah. What the hell?
Yeah, no, he's the oatmeal. He's the porridge kid on the box, without a doubt.
See the post that we made?
Yeah, he's the BC probably saw the box on everything is food, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, I got to continue. I got to continue my Chiseler's Hall. Ah, fuck. Oh, so I'm sorry. I got to continue my Chiseler's Hall of Shame. Okay, people. This here, I made spaghetti with red clam sauce, right? Which is red means there's tomatoes in there. Okay. I open up this can.
It's a little wet. Okay.
Clams.
No wild caught.
Only 56 minutes.
Chopped clam. Yeah, but let
Again.
me tell you something. This
Chopped
is,
clams.
all right.
What's up?
I got them first.
We got them.
And also it's the red because it was on glue.
What is that? 6.50 ounces, right?
Water.
When I opened this clam,
Be quiet 2 seconds. Let James talk.
with this can, you know what was most of the 5 point? Did I say 5.50? Hold on.
I see it, man.
5.550, 5.5 ounces. You know what was consisted mostly of this weight? Clam broth. There was very little clams in here. These stingy, cheap bastards. They're stingy, rotten Snows brand. Shame on you. You are inducted into the Chiseler's Hall of Shame. Shame, 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 and shame. Stingy. Shame on you. All right. Mostly broth. I got screwed out of clams, and I will never, ever buy it again. Ravens, Scottish
I muted myself in case I interrupted you. But Braden has made. What have you made? What's this? 20. What's that one? That one. This one. So you need to go. He's made a 2022 sign.
Hold on, let me get a close up of it.
Happy New Year 2022.
That says 2022, or is it 2220? Wait a minute.
2022. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
This is the year that it is, 2022.
Yeah, your New Year was 5 hours ahead of mine, I think. I think it's 5 hours ahead. Now, in northern Scotland, are you far enough to see the aurora borealis, the northern lights, or no? Or you're not far
Northern
enough?
Lights. I don't know actually. Where is that?
It's near the Arctic Circle, so you're not near the Arctic Circle.
No, I live in a little town called Cumbernauld, which is basically just outside of Glasgow.
It's outside of Glasgow.
See that. That would be cool if I seen that though. What?
It's outside of Glasgow.
You see over there.
All right. So I'm done. I'm done with the Chiseler's Hall of Shame, and I have a craft beer that I want to show. I want to show BC and Jordy. I'm going to open up. I already brought it on a show, but it's, I have a couple left. I got the Samuel Smith's Oatmeal Stout. All right. From England.
You need to get that beer someday.
Oatmeal Stout.
Someday you need to get that beer.
Product of England. All right.
Yeah, Samuel Smith's. Now they have a really great holiday stout for Christmas time. But I got the oatmeal stout. Speaking of the devil, oatmeal. It surprises me. It's a stout, but it's only like 5% ABV.
It's five. It's only 5%. I imagine that would be like 7.9% or something like
Yeah,
that.
I would think it that, right? And
Yeah.
here I keep it. I have the blue things in the freezer. So, if I do a show and I want to bring something, I keep it nice and cold.
Yeah.
I'm gonna open it up, and I've had it before.
We
It's
did a
good.
beer review on that beer Sunday.
Braden's saying, I need to do a beer review on the beer that James has got. I can't get that one because we're in Scotland. James and Chris is in America.
Right, you can't get Samuel Smith in Scotland.
No, I wish I could. I would try it.
But you're right. You're right next to England. I mean,
do you know what? I actually don't know much about whiskey or anything like that, so maybe I can get it. I've just not actually properly looked around for it. So I probably can get it.
Oh, it's brown.
Oh yeah, it's dark. It's like dark like Guinness.
Mm. Yeah, it's dark brown with a caramel head.
Yeah.
Guinness extra corn stout.
Give me a minute.
But Guinness is still one of the best. I mean, it is. It's better than this.
I just got this. 1664 Kronenbourg.
64. Is that a lager?
Yeah, French lager.
Oh, French lager.
Yeah.
Well, I hate to say it, but I know one thing for sure. I know them ribs are done outside. I'm going to show them ribs now because I'm going to bring them back in.
Oh, okay. Here we go. We got to get a bird's eye view. There we go.
You got a barbecue going?
Oh yeah. BC got a beautiful, huge barbecue.
Yeah, see. You see that?
Oh,
yeah.
Wow. Ribs?
Yeah, beef ribs, yeah.
Yeah, good beef ribs, man. Screw them on. And they, this is 2 racks. When I bought the pack of ribs at the store, I didn't realize at the time that they were 2 slabs of ribs. I thought they were 1 slab of ribs.
Yeah.
I thought they were beefy, but when I pulled them out of the package, it was 2 slabs of ribs. So I'm getting a real good deal. They were $20 for both slabs.
Yeah.
In a way, I kind of see why people use baby back ribs or pork ribs.
Baby back ribs.
Yeah. Baby back ribs are good too, yeah. But now I see why they use them because they're cheap. They're like $10 for a slab.
You can be the presenter, Braden. Where would you want to go for that? Right?
So, yeah. Ooh.
What?
Beautiful.
Now this is what I got today. I've got au gratin potatoes, mixture of vegetables, and pork ribs, or beef ribs.
Beef ribs.
Yeah. So, and it sure does look good.
I'm sure it tastes good.
Yeah, I know how the au gratin potatoes are. I know how the vegetables are, so I'm gonna try the ribs now.
Oh, I like.
I'm eating food.
He's eating food.
So nice.
And these cameras. Don't
Yeah, he's
move.
making his pork ribs. How's that tasting, BC?
Oh, it's tasting real good. Got some. When I threw these on, I threw on some garlic powder, onion powder, salt, and pepper, and then I just ended up throwing on barbecue sauce towards the end, and I said, "This is so good." Oh my goodness! Now next time I get these ribs, I'm thinking I'm gonna go with the more because they had some that were like 30 bucks, but they had a lot more beef on the ribs. And now since we get 2 slabs with these, it kind of makes it worth it getting in. So I'm gonna take this one. I'm gonna get the more expensive ones.
No, I can't even see my
Hmm?
Oh yeah, this is good.
head. Those who can't see me, so can move his chair.
Damn, BC, you're making me hungry.
Yeah. No.
That was good. That was good. Salt and pepper on that stuff as well. Some garlic.
Yeah, salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, and then barbecue sauce.
I love garlic. I like onions and stuff, but I'm a more garlic prominent guy.
Yeah, I use garlic powder. I use garlic powder and mince. I get the dehydrated minced garlic, and I just soak them in some water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like diced garlic cloves.
Yeah. Well, garlic kind of goes with everything, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, onions too. But how's the meat? Is it terribly chewy, or is it kind of tender? Or
Oh, it's tender. It's tender. I mean,
That's what you want. Soft.
yeah.
How long you been cooking that for?
I started an hour before the show, so it's been on there for 2 hours. And it turned out awesome.
Hours?
well, because you knew it had to be in there for a while to get.
Yeah. So,
Get to that.
I mean, indirect heat turned out really good.
It's sunny in America because America is not the same time as us. We are right now, Braden. We are at 9 o'clock, but every person in America is at 3 o'clock.
Yeah. It's like 4 o'clock here for me.
4 o'clock. See? So
Yeah,
it's
me too. Me too. It's 4. Well, yeah, well, a little after 4 p.m. Slightly.
It's 9 p.m. in Scotland, but with American,
Okay.
It's 4:12 right now here.
yeah, it's 9:12 right now here. So
Okay,
yeah,
so
it's
we 5.4.
so it's 5 hours. But
So you're saying
All right, so you're 5 hours ahead.
our time is sunny time.
yes, our time is night time, and their time is sunny time. Yeah.
So they sleep when in our place it's sunny.
So when we go to bed, they are just getting up. American guys are just getting up. Yeah. So the time difference is different.
And then after that,
No, you're right now it's late evening, right? By you it's got to be late evening.
Yeah, it's quarter past 9 p.m. here.
my
when
brain is confused.
So when the sun comes up by you, we're still sleeping.
Listen to James. James, say that again. Listen.
Hold on, I'm enjoying watching BC eat these ribs. And
That was
potatoes or gluten or gratin,
Oh my god.
and the mixed veggies.
And the bin.
You okay?
I almost went in the bin.
You almost went in the bin?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
What'd you say? You almost went you almost went to the bathroom? In the
I've got a big giant trash can here, and he nearly fell into it. because
So what-
he's dancing about in the chair.
oh, you okay. Okay.
You almost went.
No, you're not going to go in the bin. You're not going to go in the bin. No, you're not going to go in the bin.
Yeah.
Bye.
Remember, don't run out in the street. Be kind to animals, and do your schoolwork, even though your teacher is not attractive.
He hates his school teachers. He called her. What was it? You called her? What did you call your English teacher again? What was it?
Okay.
Huh?
An ugly. What was it?
Loch Ness.
Your,
Nessie.
your teacher.
Ugly.
Nessie. He calls her Nessie after the monster.
He just called his teacher ugly. What's her name?
A little ugly.
A little ugly.
He's a
What's her
little
name? Though?
ugly. I'm not gonna say the name.
You're not going to say the name. Right?
No,
She
I'm
has
not.
She has a
No.
funny name.
No, I'm not gonna say the name. No,
Go say it. What's her name?
I'm not gonna say it in 10 million years.
Is it Mrs. Horrible
Nessie.
Bum?
No,
I call
Is it
her
Mrs.
Nessie.
Tears?
no. It's not appropriate.
What about pain in the ass?
Your teachers are probably yeah. Is your teacher a pain in the ass?
No.
What about nag? Nag.
Every teacher is a pain in the bum, though. Every
They're
teacher
a
is
nag, right? They're a nag. She nags everybody, right?
Does she naggy? Does she moan? Is she moody?
House?
Like a horse.
What do you mean?
All teachers are moody. You're saying all teachers are moody. What do you mean?
I saw all my teachers moody all
Bagpipe.
the time.
Old bag. Named after the bagpipes. Old
I saw
bag. Hey, learn how to play the bagpipes, Braven. Learn how to play the bagpipes.
He doesn't like the bagpipes. He prefers the piano. Don't you?
Piano.
He's about to go and show you his piano.
But the bagpipe is. Yeah, people want to hear the bagpipes because yours.
Cheers, James.
Cheers.
Oh, he's also a guitar.
Oh, that's the ukulele.
Oh,
That's
get
the
a guitar.
ukulele. Little baby guitar. That's a nice looking ukulele. I like the color of the wood, unless it's plastic.
It's a ukulele. That's what it's called, Braden. It's a ukulele.
I think
It's
this
a Hawaiian. It's a little Hawaiian guitar.
it's totally wood.
Is that plastic or wood?
Come into the
Wood.
camera so we can see. Right.
It's wood
Oh, it looks good. I like the color.
for electric.
Go play a tune, man. Play a tune. Let's get the music going on. A live band.
I should get my African drum.
That sounds good.
Learn how to play that. Oh, I know what you meant. Just go on.
Look what James is doing. Look what James is doing. What's that called, James? I want one of them. I need to get one for them.
All right, that's enough. You're not. You got to learn how to play it. Yeah, right now you're making noise.
See it now?
Wait, I'm trying to
You want to do another tune?
I'm trying to do the last part.
The last part, okay. Right, one more wee tune.
Well, listen.
Right, that was impressive, Braden, right? So, take your guitar back into your room and say goodbye. Say goodbye, James.
That's it. No more guitar. All right. Anyway, let's see.
I'm gonna get this guitar away.
Yeah.
And I will come back.
Okay.
Because I like being with you.
Now, price. You
Sorry
know,
about that, James.
I don't know if companies do the same thing by you, but over here, price gouging seems to be, unfortunately, getting popular, and that's a way that companies rip off the consumer. You know, a whole industry would just jack up the price of everything. You know, the same thing, sky high. It could be any industry, and but you know what? They get away with it. The politicians let them get away with it because, of course, they're getting paid off by the fat cats, the oligarchs. And now Scotland, it seems very rocky, very rocky.
Yeah.
Not big, not big tall mountains, but it is mountains, but very rocky looking, right? Very jagged and rocky.
Yeah, definitely. This place is full of mountains and stuff like that. You would love it if you come down to Scotland.
You have a lot of greenery, like in Ireland. Like does it rain? Does it rain often?
Mate, it rains constantly. It rains constantly. It's so annoying. Yeah.
That's probably,
it rains all the time, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's probably why.
Sometimes it's sunny, sometimes it's okay, but most of the time it's raining, isn't it?
That's why you have a lot of greenery, like peat moss and different kinds of like moss and grass growing.
Yeah, because of the wetness, the dampness that causes that. Yeah.
Now, the seafood, like cod, haddock, is it expensive, the seafood in Scotland? Or reasonable?
The most expensive here is, I would say, scallops are expensive. I would say crab is expensive. Mussels aren't expensive really, but they're easy to get hold of. Clams.
I like mussels, clams, yeah.
Yeah. I'll show you. I've got this big bag of mussels
I just
Okay.
and
see
this garlic sauce that it's basically mussels in a bag with garlic sauce in it, and you basically boil it in a pot for like 5 minutes, and then you cut it open and then you put it into a plate.
So they have the seasoning and the sauce in the bag.
Yeah. But we also get like mussels that are already cooked and packaged, but they're not as good. You know, they're not fresh.
What about smoked fish, like smoked salmon and smoked herring and
Haddock, smoked haddock.
oh yeah, oh I love to try that smoked
Mhm.
haddock. That must be fantastic.
Oh yeah. You never had smoked haddock before?
No, but I know that haddock is the best of the whole codfish family. It's the best. It's the king of the cod. It's like, you know. But I like
smoked
I like-
haddock, and we get smoked cod fillets as well. The smoked cod fillets are like more flavorful, I would say.
they're like I've had smoked herring, but not herring. Yeah, herring and whiting. I'm sorry. I've had smoked
Yeah.
whiting.
Waiting.
Yeah, but it's haddock is like primo fish. It's really good. We have this.
this fan.
I'm not even going to give them any airtime. We have a troll that's posting gibberish like this one here, and then we
I see
have
Vortic.
more gibberish. You know, the same troll appears on my show every week.
Oh. I'm up to nothing much, but I'm basically just fucking chilling. What are you up to? I was actually going to ask you if you want for a SB, if you've got any.
I've no
What are you up to anyway? You want to come up for a wee beer?
I was going to ask me if you go special I could tap off here just to fucking get clothes and then you put boys with the later.
Aye, mate. Of course.
Some boy fucking case police restriction. Like he's like no bags, man, but like
Yeah.
just go on and walk up to the garage.
Aye, fuck walking up to the garage. I just come down here and I'll give you a fag, man, you know. All good.
Some boy. Fucking I'll jump in, I'll grab that, I'll fucking bring it up to the load and I'll see what she should just bring
That's
back to
okay.
the gate.
Aye, cool, bro.
Right, well, catch you.
Catch you.
That kid is.
Who's that? Your dad?
That's my mate. That's my mate Reese.
That kid.
Oh.
He has a kid.
Sorry.
And he's screaming, Daddy!
Yeah, that's Reese's way. That's Reese's kid.
And you can hear him screaming in the
Mhm.
background. Oh my god.
He screams. He can talk.
Screaming.
He doesn't go like this.
Can you do that?
That's how he sounded. That's how he sounded like a week ago. You just started talking, Braven, right? You used to make baby sounds about a week ago, right? You used to make baby sounds.
He just said, "I'm a man." Go take it. I'm a man.
You're the man doing the shot put with the kilt, you know, on the porridge box.
You can't even see you in the camera. You need to come in and go.
Ah! How am I supposed to get closer?
Listen.
Get closer.
I'll move myself away, right?
Learn the guitar. Learn the guitar. Listen, learn the guitar. Let me talk, will you? Learn the guitar, but learn the bagpipes too. Learn the bagpipes.
Also.
Shh, listen to James. James is talking.
Yeah, take guitar lessons, but learn how to do the bagpipes.
You need to learn how to do the bagpipes. That'd be cool. Do you know what bagpipes are?
So you can do the bagpipes on the air, on live stream.
Be cool. Imagine that. Imagine me and you doing some music stuff on James's channel. That would be amazing. A live band.
Yeah, and if you're lucky enough, you can get into a band, write some songs that actually involve the bagpipes.
Yes,
Horns done.
and then now listen to this. You know how you could start? You can start when Jordy does a live stream of review, beer review or something. You play the bagpipes soon as he goes live. You start playing the bagpipes, and now it's time for Jordy. And then you go switch to Jordy, and he does his live stream.
That sounds fucking good, by the way. Imagine that, Braden. Imagine you could play the bagpipes for my intro for my channel.
For intro.
That's a good idea, James.
That's a great idea. It'd be a great gimmick because, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And listen, when you play the bagpipes, you got to get that green plaid like beret with the pom-pom on top, the bally.
Yeah.
You know, the one where they play golf, the golf hat. Get the green plaid hat with the pom-pom on the ball.
Anyway, guess what?
Unless you already has that hat.
A wee flat top thing.
Yeah, it's like a flat. It's a flat, like kind of like a. Well, it's not a beret. It's like a
Cargo
Yeah.
head. It's like a cargo head. I know what you're talking about. It's the little golfer hat that kind of comes to a point in the car.
got big pom pom on top.
Big fat as that.
Okay, yeah.
All
It's
right,
kind of like
now
a cargo head where it comes into the front, but they still got the fuzz ball on top. Yeah.
the first ball. Yeah, he would look cute with that, playing the bagpipes for Jordy. Oh, they both got offended. They left. Well, listen, it was a great success. Your dinner, we saw it in all its splendor and magnificence.
Yeah.
And
Next time, it was good. It was awesome. The first time doing beef ribs, but next time if I do beef ribs again, I'm gonna go with something a little bit more beefy. Yes, pun intended.
Okay.
Yeah,
You know what I like. You know what I would love to see you tackle someday. I
a
would love.
turkey.
I love to see you not a whole turkey. No, let's
Oh, scale it back a little bit.
put a little KY jelly on it before you stick it in. Uh, what I like to see you get like turkey parts. Drumsticks, thighs, necks, wings, whatever. Get the parts and smoke the parts, all the parts, the breasts, the legs, everything, and then see how it comes out. I'm sure it's going to be great. Do
Yeah,
a long smoke, long smoke.
yeah, but
Then
the thing with that is some of them items are going to come out faster than others. Now, like, okay, the wings are probably going to get done faster than, say, the thighs or the breast, and that's fine. So I'm just,
I know
I'm just footballing here.
I know what you're saying, but I'm talking about not grilling barbecue, but like like
Smoke, yeah, smoke, yeah,
actual barbecue where the wood and the smoke is on one end and the turkey parts are on the opposite end.
yeah.
With,
I
with
mean,
the
you see my grill set up how I got it set up. I've got
Yeah,
charcoals on one side, the drip pan on the other. And I keep my stuff where I keep the drip pan. So, hey, and I thought it was going to take a while because right now it's like, according to what my weather app, it was like 28 before we started, but with the wind chill, it was like 14. So I thought it was going to take a lot longer to cook because of the grill outside and whatnot. So, but apparently not.
yeah. You low and slow is real barbecue. Not
Yeah,
the heat is not too high. It might be, I don't know, 250 degrees or less when you
yeah,
smoking, and then you got to start it early in the day because it's we're talking like a 10-hour process. When
yeah.
if you're
Because a couple of videos I've seen with the beef ribs, they're talking like 4, 5, 6 hours for a slab of ribs. And I was like,
yeah,
that's why I threw the ribs on an hour early. It's like, okay, if these are going to take a while, I must well throw these on.
yeah.
I
Well,
tried.
the rack of ribs are not going to take 10 hours, but it can, because
Yeah,
I've
depending on if you keep that temperature at a steady like 250, 300 degrees. Yeah,
I mean, I've had brisket and pulled pork and ribs smoked for over 10 hours. And let me tell you, it is tender beyond belief. I mean, the meat just falls off the bone. And I think pulled pork is the shoulder. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think when they make barbecued pulled pork, they smoke. I think they smoke the pork shoulder and then they put gloves on and they
yeah,
grab it like this. They
yeah.
grab it. And it just shreds in the pan. I think that's what the pulled pork is. So we're gonna take a look at Jordy's beer. It said Abbott. Abbott, hey Abbott. Let me
Yo,
see.
yeah,
Alvin,
I'm sorry.
Alvin,
Need my mate
Alvin
because
Costello,
I'm
yeah.
making
Hey
yeah.
Abbott. Hey,
Abbott Ale, 5%.
it's made by monks, right? It's made for
Yeah,
the.
it's made by monks.
What country does that come from?
England, I think.
Oh,
Green King.
Was that a cool rock group? Abbott?
hey Abbott. What Abbott?
I think it's from England. I'm not sure. I know it's made by monks.
Rock
But
group called Abbott.
And anything that's made from monks is all right by me.
Yeah. I've heard in some situations monks came up with beer actually have a better quality of drinking foods. Like around, I forget when that was, but there was a time in England where the water was so bad you couldn't even drink because they had sewer water and they couldn't drink it.
Yeah. Well, during the Middle Ages, they couldn't drink in Europe. They couldn't drink the municipal public water. You're right. It was very contaminated, and the only way they could survive on fluids is to drink ale. You know, to drink fermented beverages, whatever they were making.
Yeah. You know, that was a case of instead of pissing downstream, they were pissing upstream. You don't want to piss upstream.
Yeah. You like hard cider, but I like it, but I only like the dry hard ciders.
Yeah. You know, I ended up I don't know what got me thinking of it, but about this time last year, okay, it was probably in October or November, in which I ended up buying a 6-pack of pumpkin pie from Aldi's. Okay, now it was supposed to be an ale. Now I still got the original video posted up there on my YouTube channel, and
Right.
I'll tell you one thing: it tasted to a degree like pumpkin pie, but the problem was that I was drinking it and it tasted flat. I mean, as flat as could be. I mean, when you twisted or pop that bottle top, you heard the psh of the carbonation, and you see the carbonation in the glass while you're, you know, looking at it in the glass. You see the carbonation, but it just tasted like it was sat out overnight.
Wait a minute. You mean the first time you tasted it, it was flat?
Yeah, and I just popped open the bottle just then on screen, and it tasted flat. And that was
it's not supposed to do that. It's
no,
unless they added the carbonation, and it's not naturally carbonated from the fermentation process.
yeah,
You know, and and maybe the bottle got shooken up a little, and then when you opened it up, it all escaped. You know, like seltzer water. Like if you don't want to shake up seltzer.
yeah,
Yeah, and then what I do is if I have a bottle, a large, let's say I have a 2-liter bottle of Canada Dry ginger ale, because let's say I feel sick in my stomach, and ginger ale is really good for that. All right, if I open that bottle for the first time, I'm going to hear the gas escape a little, you know. But
yeah, carbonation, yeah,
right. But as soon as I pour it, I'm going to put that cap on really tight immediately.
yeah.
You know, and the same thing goes.
The carbonation, yeah.
Same thing goes for people that have root beer or cola, or whatever. You know. Hey, Bart Robinson, man, 4-mile run. Wow, you're a dedicated fitness buff athlete. That's very good. 4-mile run is pretty good.
Lucky him, 61-degree weather day. Woo!
Yeah, I had to open the windows wide here, but guess what? Tonight is going to be a low of 28, and tomorrow is going to be a low of, I think, 19 Fahrenheit. So starting tonight, here the temperature's going to take a nosedive.
I'm asking my wife right now.
Hold on for a second. It's going to take a nosedive. It's going to dip sharply for the whole week. So we're going to have like an Arctic blast.
Shut off the live stream, all right, brother?
Yeah. Hey.
Happy New Year, bro. To you.
You're going bye-bye?
Yeah, I'm going away.
It was very nice having you and the little boy. And listen, we'll catch you if you do any videos. Put it on the food group.
Hell yeah, bro! Thank you for having me.
Put it on the food group.
Everything is food. Please check out Everything is Food.
Everything is food. Put everything on the food group.
Cheers, James. I'll catch you next time, right?
I'll catch you next. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Take care. Yeah, Bart. Check out that Holistic Health Talk. There's almost 9,000 members there, and a lot of professionals. Oh, you got snow already. Oh, oh, you're going to get snow. So, well, that means that we're probably going to get some snow too.
Oh, I already got snow. I got like an inch and a half out here outside the house.
I mean, real winter really doesn't come
Oh,
until January. I mean,
yeah,
I mean, real winter, because the first day of winter is December 21st, right? Or 22nd.
somewhere in there. Yeah,
That's like the end of December. Winter starts now. What I used to do when I was living at the house, and I had nice places to walk and hang out when I walked out of the house. Now I'm in a big apartment. I'm in an apartment building. So
yeah.
I can't have a garden. I can't feed the cardinals. We had a pair of cardinals that lived in a tall pine tree at the house that they stuck around. They stuck around all year round, even in the winter. I used to feed them the black sunflower seeds. So it was nice. I used to keep really good vodka in the freezer at all times for the winter. I would make vodka martinis, or I would just go outside in the frozen tundra and drink vodka outside, and just or either vodka or peppermint schnapps. What's that one? Rumpel Minz from Europe. I think it's a German company. It's like 50% alcohol. I used to keep that peppermint schnapps in the freezer. Let me
Yeah.
tell you, it's like a York peppermint patty commercial. Really, it's refreshing. You get that sensation, But the good thing about vodka is you can flavor it with just about anything you want.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not, I'm not opposed to flavored vodka, but I generally don't have flavored vodka unless it's like doing Ron show or something. But hey, that's fine. Or having some sort of flavored martini of some sort. But hey,
Well,
that's just
I'm not in favor of buying flavored vodka because it's too sweet for me. I'm in favor of getting the pure vodka of your choice. Let's say you like Absolute from Sweden.
yeah, which I do.
It's a good vodka. You take that home, big bottle, and you add your own fresh fruit to it, no sugar. You add
like berries or something. Yeah.
Yeah, you get a big bag of frozen blueberries or something, or blueberries, black raspberries, red raspberries, whatever, and you put it in there, and you let it sit room temperature for about a week. Let the infusion take place where all the juices come out into the bucket. Then you put that in the freezer. Now look at Bart here. He's slow cooking a 32-ounce pork roast from Aldi. When you say slow cooking, you mean it's in a crock pot? I'm assuming. Now you know what actually works better than a crock pot? The new induction ranges, because you can set the temperature and the timer precisely. So any pot that works on an induction, it could be carbon steel, it could be cast iron, it could be certain stainless steels. If it works on a conduction range, it can automatically be a slow cooker. Now, the way you tell if your pot is suitable for induction cooking is you get a refrigerator magnet, and if the magnet sticks to it really strong, if it goes whack, you can use it on induction. Since an induction could be boiling a liquid, and if you take the pot off, you can literally put your hand on the induction range and it will feel room temperature to the touch. That's what's amazing about induction cooking. But it sounds like you're making a sort of pulled pork. sort of, because it's steaming, right? It's steaming in the slow cooker with liquid. It's not smoked. Don't get me wrong. That's why I said it's like it's sort of a pulled pork. But you know, the show is different. It's unique. Um, that's what happens when you do an unplanned, unrehearsed ad-lib show. You never know what's going to happen, and that's I like the uniqueness of that, the unpredictability of such a show. Next week, my great political co-host, Mr. Jason Cleveland, will be returning to this show January 9th. And he has a whole bunch of really deep, hard-hitting screen sharing to do. And we're going to sink our piranha teeth into some really deep topics, political topics, corporate, bashing corporations, talking about what's really going on in our society and in our country and the world today. I mean, you're not going to hear it on mainstream media.
No.
Because, they're in bed with the fat cats, they're afraid of losing their job, like Chris Cuomo lost his job on CNN because he dared to voice his honest opinion about his brother's alleged sexual harassment case. Andrew Cuomo's. There's no witnesses. There's no solid evidence to support it. And the New York District Attorney, who is a female, she's of course sided with the women that were making the accusations. Their word against his. A woman siding with a woman. And she didn't want to. She refused to acknowledge Andrew Cuomo's lawyers in their defense. So that's what we're going to be talking about. All kinds of good stuff next Sunday with Jason Cleveland of the state of Washington, who is now snowbound. He's snowbound with well over a foot of snow. He showed me videos and photos of children zooming down the hill on their sleds. The skiers are happier than a pig in shit. They got ideal ski season. Now homeowners that have to get snow blowers are not that happy, but the kids are happy. I mean, they could build giant snowmen and igloos and all kinds of things like that, because kids don't have to shovel the snow, chop the ice, or he doesn't have a snowblower. He just got one because the Seattle, the surrounding area near Seattle, they don't get bad winters. They get very mild winters, and it rains a lot there. It rains constantly, sort of like it does in Ireland and Scotland. And it rains a lot, and the winters are very mild, as opposed to going into the mountains, which is totally different. So because of climate change, which is definitely real, it really is. He went and got a snowblower. But Washington has a lot of great breweries, distilleries, wineries. He said because the state of Washington is known for growing apples. They have a lot of apple this and apple that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's a place that makes hard apple cider, and I told him, I'll give him the money. I'll PayPal him the money. Send me because they won't ship to New Jersey. If I go to the website, this Washington State company that makes hard apple cider, and Jason says it's really good. They have a dry one that I like. They won't ship to New Jersey. They only ship to a certain amount of states, like 40 states, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it really stupid ass laws. Alcoholic beverages have been around for thousands of years. I mean, they've even given children a little booze to shut them up, to calm them down, keep them quiet. They used to give me liquor. They used to give me a shot of blackberry brandy or whatever, or what's the other one? Tangerine brandy from Italy. It was, they calmed me down. But now they make a big deal of everything. You can't get pipe tobacco in many of the northeastern states. They prohibit it because it smells too good, and they're flavored, and they're afraid that the children will start smoking it. You know what? That's their problem. What about tax-paying Americans that don't have any kids?
Yeah. And, if these kids are going to smoke, they're going to find a way to do it, regardless of what we do.
Don't they get their hands on drugs and booze?
Yeah, see? I mean, when I was a kid, I remember being in the 8th grade in a Lincoln Park High School for that matter, and walking into the boys' room, and you open that door, and you just see this big old cloud of smoke coming at you. This is when they used to smoke in the boys' room. And it was like, dude, and this was like 89. So,
well, yeah, I mean, when they started passing the laws in school, way before they prohibit smoking in restaurants and bars, I mean, years and years before, they didn't really enforce it, because when you entered the boys' room, you had to hold your nose. Yeah, I had to take a deep breath out in the hall before, and I went in. I urinated, and I ran back out to get some more air.
yeah.
That's how thick it was. But the point is, the kids will always find a way. There's an old saying: if there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah.
It's anything. Hey Sid.
Yep.
Hey Sid, how you doing, man? How was your New Year's? How was your holidays in general, collectively? So they're gonna do it. They're gonna get a hold. I don't care if they put child blockers on the internet. Doesn't matter. Kids will find a way all the time.
Yeah.
And why should people without young children have to suffer? You got too many anti-booze laws in the Northeast. You can't get pipe tobacco. You can't get pipe tobacco.
And it's kind of like gun control. And it's like, you're talking about criminals and guns. Same thing. These criminals will find a way to get guns somewhere. They don't care.
They're not going to go. They're not going to go to a department store in any of these states that sell guns in a department store. The criminals are not going to get a background check. They're going to get their weapons through the black market.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So the gun control laws are not going to do a damn thing for the criminal element.
Yeah.
Now
What you really do is you put a higher price on the bullets.
or you stiffen the penalties and you enforce it. I mean, long prison sentences without parole, and you make people do hard time like they did in the old days, and you bring back the death penalty. I say you can't get a cheaper death penalty for the taxpayers than good old fashioned hangman's noose. You really can't. And you know what? And you do it and you enforce it, and then you'll see how fast people start behaving themselves.
Yeah. But
I heard
I
that.
always like to thought that if you put a higher price on the bullets, it cuts down on the the pedestrians that always happen to get shot. So if you got a higher price bullet, it means you're gonna take your time and aim for who you're really wanting to shoot. You know how mad you gotta be at somebody to really aim to make sure you're hitting what you're wanting.
I think the bullets can be purchased by anybody in any store, right? But to get the gun, you have to
have
go
a
through a
background
process.
check.
Especially up here in New Jersey, you got to go through a real intensive process to get it, and then you have to hope you don't get turned down for the permit. New Jersey is we've had a very mild winter until starting tonight. We're finally getting real winter, and it's going to be a low of 28, and tomorrow will be a low of 19, and the rest of the week will be Arctic blast. It'll be an Arctic tundra. So that's about it. I had a decent holiday. My sister's a great cook. I spent a couple of days by her house, and it was fun. It was good. Holiday with close family. I really don't like to be around many relatives because they piss me off. They ask too many questions. They're too intrusive and nosy. They like to tell you how to run your life. Give you lectures without you asking them for a lecture, and so on and so forth. I like quiet, a very small volume of people, just immediate family.
Kind of reminds me of that thing that George Carlin did. Is like, I'm sure you know who George Carlin is.
Oh, of course, legend. Okay. Yeah.
Well, it's probably a good. You know what I'm trying to say? Where it's like, for as much as he kind of trash talks people, in one of his stand-ups, he was at, contrary to popular belief, I actually do like people, but only in short bursts. I'm talking 2 to 5 minutes. So, I mean, anything beyond that, no, I got to go.
Remember the sign? You remember the Curb Your Enthusiasm episode with Larry David, where he says, "I hate the stop and chat." The stop and chat is when somebody recognizes you as you're walking somewhere, and you might be in a hurry to get there, and they stop you, and they go on and on and on and on. Now, Bart Robinson, are you saying that rural farmland South Jersey has high taxation, high property taxes? Nah, really? What a bunch of scumbags. They suck. Nobody living in a rural area should pay not even moderate property taxes. Give me a break.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I know you live closer to New York than I do, but from what my understanding is like if you're living downtown New York, like where they got the, I don't know, the Central Park and all that, it's really high to live in that area of New York, and it's like it should be like what you're saying, when you start getting in the rural areas, it should not cost that much. So,
No. Well, Bart, Montclair, New Jersey. I don't know about Edgewater, but because I mean Edgewater is more highfalutin, or just as highfalutin as Montclair, but they have to pay well over 20 grand a year in property taxes in Montclair. Well over. I mean, it was 20 grand. It was 20 grand almost 10 years ago. I can imagine what it is now. It's insane. You know what it is? The blame always points to the corrupt politician, corporate whores that are in bed with the fat cats. It always points to them. A lot of them, they just have cushy paper pushing jobs behind a desk, and they keep on giving themselves raises every year.
yeah.
Every year.
It's like the CEOs of these companies, man. That's all they do is give themselves bonuses all the time.
Sid is funny.
What's he saying?
He says, fortunately, James is pretty rich, so he can afford the taxes.
I didn't know you were like that, James. How you doing?
If I was like that, I would have a private jet where I would be like visiting all my friends all over the place.
Oh, so you're gonna be like Ric Flair, man. Limousine riding, jet flying,
Kiss stealing, wheeling, dealing, son of a gun. And then he used to talk about Space Mountain, about the girls climbing up the Space Mountain. Something like that. Bart Robinson had 3 Olives brand peach vodka for Christmas.
Oh, wow, nice.
Peach, I love peach. In Spanish, they call it melocotón. I hope you put it in the freezer, though.
Yeah.
To have peach vodka for Christmas.
Yeah, I've got a half gallon of Absolute vodka sitting in my freezer right now. So
a small crock pot. I had a medium-sized crock pot one. Actually, it was a small crock pot. I think it was a 4-quart crock pot. I'm sorry I got it because it turned out it was too small. Even for 2 people, it was way too small. But eventually, I destroyed it. Eventually, it went kaput. There's the troll. Here's the troll again. You know what? I don't block the troll because I use it as a prop to mock the trolls of the internet. So I'll show how stupid and retarded they really are.
This is, as so many trolls out there, man. You know what their whole existence is living in their mom's basement, working off their mom's Wi-Fi, and talking all this smack. So, hey.
Yeah, I knew a guy who. There was a guy I knew. He was an accountant. He looked like Woody Allen. He was a hoarder because he never threw anything away. His house was like a fire hazard. He never threw anything away. Yet, I mean, piled high. His wallet had like 3 or 4 rubber bands around it to hold it together because he had all these receipts and coupons stuffed in there that were probably expired, damn coupons.
Yeah.
And he looked, like I said, he looked like Woody Allen. He was so cheap that he used to turn off the night lights on his mother. That's pretty cheap. I don't know what that is. It's what is this, Klingon or something, or some kind of gibberish?
Red. I don't know.
I don't know. Well, they spam me because I used to get upset, but now I don't get upset. Now I just block them, or I make fun of them. You know, like what they really want is for you to get upset.
Yeah, that's the whole point, man.
Yeah, I used to do that.
It's like that one guy that was talking about he can get 8 hot dogs in his mouth. Hey, you should get a job in porn.
Hey, could Miley Cyrus fit eight hot dogs in her mouth?
I'm sure she could if she tried. I'm sure she already has too.
They said she did some kind of performance for New Year's Eve, and they claimed that her top accidentally came loose and fell or drooped. Yeah, right. Accidentally. Brad. Sure they do. No, I've been doing these shows since 1995. Just go and check out all the playlists. There's nothing weird going on there.
Wait a minute. What?
You want weird? Go on TikTok and look at all the freakazoids that post videos on TikTok. Then you'll see weird. I think I'm gonna have to block more people than I anticipated.
Yeah.
People trying to get under old James's skin. Trying to
No, it ain't happening. Not today.
He's trying to push my buttons. He's
Well,
trying to push my buttons, accusing me of having a weirdo website. That's not nice.
At least he has a website. What does that guy got?
Hey, at least I have an established. I got a website. I got a Tumblr page. I got a Facebook page.
Instagram page.
YouTube channel has God knows how many videos on it. Probably way over 1,000.
Yeah.
Since 1995. And a lot of these people that talk shit on the internet, they don't have not even a tiny nano fraction of what I have. And they bust my balls. You know what I mean?
Well,
and what about the webcam? You know, the webcam has been an invention for decades now. If these people that like to talk shit, you know, want to flex their muscles, I invite them to come on the show with their webcam and talk shit.
Yeah.
I really do, but they don't do it most of the time.
Or at least have them make their own.
The troll. He's talking about this person and this other. Hold on. And this other one here. Here's another one. Probably the same person. There's the other one again. Klingon. Yeah, he's talking about them. Oh, okay. All right. That means I got to go back. Yeah, he's talking about them. Yeah, I didn't block the moron because I just wanted to show people just how they have too much time on their hands and probably no life. You know.
Because they wait for these live streams to happen and they just start talking smack. So.
Yeah, it's probably some little fudge packer or child molester or some little pedophile weasel that, like you said, lives in his mother's basement and doesn't make a decision unless his mommy approves of it, and he's like middle-aged and has to listen to his mommy.
Yeah.
You know, some pathetic person who should really throw himself into the super volcano at Yellowstone Park.
You know, what the hell was I going to say? You know, that's what it was. You know, being a mama's boy is one thing, but at a certain age, that's got to stop. Like around 15. So, hey, if you want to be a mama's boy at the age of 40 plus, hey, you know, on my guess. So,
I know a guy who was born with a silver spoon in his mouth, and he lived at home until he was like middle age, and his father was still giving him an allowance.
oh wow, God,
you know, and he got away with it because he can, because you know
the
what
parents,
do they call the parents? Enablers.
Yeah.
If you're an enabler, you're an enabler. Well, a married couple could have an enabler. They can have an abuser. They can have somebody, you know, the man or the woman be an enabler. You know, if you're an enabler, and you take it, you know, where another woman will pick up a cast iron skillet and bash the guy's head in if he was an abuser or something like that. You know, and then that kind of woman I respect. You know, if a man is truly a piece of shit, you know, and like for instance, I would love to see Mark Zuckerberg's wife hit him with a cast iron skillet and give him a nose job, old-fashioned nose job. You know.
Yeah.
You know, but anyway, being that Sid's here, let's talk a little red pill. I think it's one of Sid's favorite subjects.
Okay.
How come, Sid?
Come on.
How come in this day and age of equality and feminism, how come, all right, they want to make equal pay for equal job. Okay, that's fine if they can do equal job. That's a big if, right? Now, how come socially what's theirs is theirs and what's yours is theirs? In other words, they want equality, but they want the man to do everything and pay for everything. And if you have a child, if you have one baby, the judicial system throws the book at you. You're screwed.
Yep.
You're screwed. You're screwed. She can stay at home until the kid turns 18 years old, and you have to pay for the both of them. And if you're married to the woman and you live in a house, you have to leave the house, and she conveniently stays in the house. Now you're paying for the mortgage, alimony, child support. Right. Go ahead.
And the utilities. Let's not forget about the utilities.
And the utilities, and the cable, and the phone, this and that. Why? Because you fertilized, you foetilized her egg, and she conceived and decided to keep the baby, because when they keep the baby, they know that they're going to they're going to hop on the gravy train.
And perfect example of that. Anybody heard of Kanye West?
Yeah. What happened with him?
And he was married to Kim Kardashian. And the ironic thing is he came out with a song called Gold Digger. And he ends up getting married to Kim Kardashian. He has at least 2 kids with her. Now they're in the process of getting divorced. So talk about irony. He's talking about gold diggers. Now he's stuck with alimony and whatever else. So he's going to have one of the greatest rap careers ever to support them kids, because Kim Kardashian is going to be asking for a lot of alimony and whatnot.
Because she is going to insist on maintaining the high standard of living that she's used to.
Yep.
And this is what the courts do. They actually favor the woman because it's not equality. They favor the woman because the woman, heaven forbid, she should take a cut in pay, so to speak, or she should take a cut in standard of living and take a few steps back. Oh no, she has to maintain her high standard of living. Gee whiz, that doesn't sound like equality. Now, Kanye West, I didn't know he had children with Kim Kardashian. BC, are you awake? Oh.
Yeah, I'm coughing over here. Hold on.
Yeah. Kim Kardashian had children by Kanye West?
Yeah, they did. They've got at least 2 kids. I think it's North and hold on.
Where are you? What are you doing? What are you walking around the house naked or something? There you are. So because she had 2 kids, no less. Oh
yeah, at least, yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna take him to the cleaners.
Oh yeah.
Without
I know it's North and something else, and
Northwest.
That's funny. Yeah, Kanye West, Northwest, like the airline. Yeah.
So now Kanye West wrote a rap song about gold diggers.
Yeah, and there's a part where it's like, if you have a kid, you know she's gonna have you for 18 years, and then he kind of makes a joke in a way. It's like the day after the kid turns 18, come to find out the kid wasn't yours.
You know what? Stuff like that happens when they don't have a paternity test.
Yeah.
And I would insist, definitely that's mandatory. You know,
trust me, if there's some girl out there saying she's got my kid, oh, you best believe I'm getting the maternity test, see if the kid's really mine. See me, I'm Maury Povich, and all you're gonna hear is, PC, you are not the father. See me's up there dancing and whatnot, going crazy because the kid ain't mine. Woo!
7,000 for living in farmland is quite high for living in farmland. Now, of course, my hometown, which is a suburb with residential homes, is a little more than that. But they don't offer anything. The politicians just stuff their pockets. Yeah, so I bet Kanye West is going to end up paying for her salon visits. Everything. Because the law is afraid to say no to any lobbying group, which includes the feminists. They're afraid to say no, just like modern day parents are afraid to say no to their children. They're afraid to say no to the feminists. Say no, you are not better than men. You are not more important than men, and there will be real equality whether you like it or not. That's the way the crab cake crumbles.
Yeah.
Now, Rumson, I'm not sure where that is. Your sister-in-law owns a mansion in Rumson, New Jersey. Her taxes are $50,000 a year. That's like a premium salary. That's like a middle class salary.
Yeah, you know that's the case of rich. That's what that is. If you're paying $50,000 a year in taxes, you're rich.
And well, okay. Let's say your mansion is on a large acreage of land, like that scumbag charlatan thief Joel Osteen, the prosperity preacher, right? the mega church man. His church is a indoor arena. It's like a stadium. It's like an indoor arena. Anyway, I think in Houston, Texas. Anyway, let's say you're on a good amount of land. So you have this estate. Okay, and they tax you according to where you're living, right? The appraisal of the home, the current value of the home, and the land it sits on. All right, it's possible. It's very possible. I can see Joel Osteen, the tax evader, paying that much because he has a mansion on an estate. He has acreage. Or Donald Trump has Mar-a-Lago. I don't know how much land he has, but I'm sure he has quite a bit. Now, Rumson, New Jersey, is that like, what's around Rumson? I mean, is there anything important about Rumson that it should be that high?
Water, maybe. I don't know. I'm not from there.
That's exactly what I was saying before. Sid had said it before me. Yeah, selective services. Yeah, that's a good question. Ice cold peach vodka. Damn right. Oh, yeah, you said him. Joel Osteen, and who's what is the biggest joke surrounding Joel Osteen, and they are more to blame than Joel Osteen himself. That those people who give the donations, all the fools, the jackasses, the suckers that give him money. They found Sid. They found recently. Someone found $600,000 in cash hidden in the wall of one of Joel Osteen's buildings, churches. Now, why would a prosperity preacher hide 600 grand in cash? Hiding it from what? He's hoarding it. He doesn't want people to know how much money he's pocketing because, hey, Franklin Graham is very charitable. He goes to Africa and feeds the starving children. He runs a lot of fundraising drives and everything. But Joel Osteen, when does he help? He's from Texas, right? When is the last time he helped the homeless in Texas, or supplied all the soup kitchens with food for the homeless, or built shelters, or built affordable housing for the homeless? What has he done for the poor? Which means he's a fake, phony, fraud, counterfeit Christian. He is not a Christian. He's a false prophet, and he's using the Lord. He's using the Bible, which he doesn't really know about. He's using God as a way to hoodwink all of these desperate suckers that hit rock bottom in their lives. That's what's going on. Oh, he's a clown. He's more than that. He's like Bernie Madoff. He's like one of the biggest scammers that ever lived. Oh, look. Anybody who puts on a big melodramatic spectacle, anybody who sounds like an infomercial, don't go for it. Don't buy what they're selling. Anybody who plays a big violin, you want to laugh hysterically, Sid and Bart, look up Reverend Peter Popoff on YouTube. Reverend Peter Popoff's Miracle Spring Water. You'll be hysterical, and you'll be you'll be shaking your head at the people who send him money for the Miracle Spring Water, which probably came out of his toilet bowl.
Out of the bathtub. Out of his bathroom.
Yeah, right. Now the toilet tank. Now, Bart Robinson, it sounds like what my grandfather did. He bought his home, his last home, during the prosperous Eisenhower years in the 1950s. All right, he got it dirt cheap, and then when he sold it, it was about 350 grand when they sold it. Now, sadly, he had to go in the nursing home. I mean, he really did, and the government, Medicare, won't pay for a nursing home unless you liquidate all of your assets, everything. You have to be in a gutter practically. Yeah, he had to use up his house before Medicare would pay for it. And this is one tiny example among many of how corrupt the American system is. And I think it's been rigged since 1776, because the oligarch back then were the landowners. The founding fathers were wealthy landowners. There was no middle class, and they had slaves too, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, you know what? Housing, real estate. You know what they're charging for the high-rise apartment buildings over here by the Hudson River? Think about $5,000 a month rent. Could you picture counting $5,000 and handing it over to some blood-sucking vampire landlord, counting $5,000 every month? I'd rather mortgage. I'd rather live like a half hour northwest of here, or half hour west of here, and pay a mortgage off, have a big townhouse, or buy a house, and just have a great car. And if I want to drive to this area, I'll drive a half hour. But to pay $5,000 a month in rent is insane.
Yeah.
Delaware is a great state for general cost of living, and a lot of corporations incorporate in the state of Delaware. A lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, Delaware is nice. Now, Delaware has a nice beach too. Like it's not far from Ocean City, Maryland.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but they got good. Not like you don't pay no cover charge like they soak you for in the Jersey Shore, unless you go south of Seaside Heights. If you go north, anywhere there's a boardwalk, they want you to pay a cover charge to park your car, to change your into your bathing suit in the changing room, to get on the beach. They tell you can't bring food or drink on the beach. But then again, if you go on the boardwalk to get a hot dog, they charge you a lot for a hot dog. If that isn't rigged, I don't know what is. It's all fucking rigged, and our political leaders allow all this rigging to go on. You get nothing for your taxes. You get nothing. It's not really your house, Sid. If it was your house, the town.
Well, the way I see it, the house is his. He's paying for the house being on the property. That's right. What he's paying for.
The house. But if you want to do something like you want to plant herbs and vegetables in your front yard instead of cutting the grass in the front, guess what? You get fined. Like somebody was getting fined like $500 a day by the town because there's an ordinance against making a garden in the front of your house. Well, I thought it was your house. I thought you were, yeah, like BC said, you're a homeowner, but you don't have any claim to the land it sits on. So they'll tell you, oh, you can't, your stockade fence is too high, you got to take it down. Oh, yeah, but I want more privacy. That's why I put up a high stockade fence. Oh, it's too high. Oh, you can't have chickens. You can't have a hen house. That's livestock. I said, yeah, but I want to save money on eggs. Oh, can't do it. It's a livestock. It's not zoned for hen house.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the American dream is bullshit. It's a fairy tale. Here we go. Another the same troll with a different name. Violet. Yeah. Listen, whoever this is that keeps on changing aliases, you're a pathetic, spineless coward. You wouldn't dare come on this show using your webcam, because I know you have a webcam, because if I can have crystal clear, perfect audio video chats with my Android phone, then you damn well can do it on anything today. You're just a pussy. You really
I'll
are.
tell you what.
And if you were in front of any of us face to face, you would get your skull bashed in, and that's what you deserve.
Put the link in the chat. See if he'll take the bait. He won't come on.
Oh, if he requests the link, I'll put the link. I'll put the link in the public. What do you call it? The public commentary? Sure.
Yeah.
Let's see if the cocksucker comes on. Oh, he is a coward, because these people never do come on. You know, if you call them out, they don't show up. They have no life. You know, this is what they do. This is their hobby, is antagonizing other people. So anyway,
something that they can't do. Figure that one out. At least we got gall to come on here and do a 2.5, 3 hour open topic forum on YouTube as a live stream, and yet all these guys do is just badger us and try to bring us down.
Well, because maybe they're jealous that they have raisins for balls. Their testicles are 2 raisins.
Yeah.
Raisin balls. But anyway, the cost of living it's nationwide, but I think it's deliberate. You know, Sid, I think it's deliberate as a means of controlling the population, controlling the mainstream population, by making people so destitute and desperate that they're easy to control, that the fat cats of the oligarch can control the mainstream population. So I think it's all planned out. The same thing with, like, how they have it rigged that you only have 2 major political parties to vote for. Like if you're an independent candidate, you never get invited to the debates. If you're from another party, you never get invited to the debates. It's always Democrat versus Republican. And both of those parties.
You're a third party,
Yeah, like third party or Reform Party or Green Party, but never get invited to the debates. But the Democrats and Republicans have one thing in common. They both take huge campaign contributions from the big corporations, and they both owe big favors in return.
Yep.
That's exactly what they have in common. But when you go to the ballot, you know, first of all, the other candidates, they're out there. They don't get FaceTime. You never get to know them because the media doesn't expose them. They don't interview them. You don't know much about them. They look, if they limited Bernie Sanders, you know, you're not going to hear about the other candidates. You're not going to hear at all about them. And when I was a kid, and the debates were run by the League of Women Voters, right? There was a Democrat, a Republican, and one independent. There were 3 candidates for president debating. So, I guess they would choose the independent that had the most support.
Yeah.
Oh, without a doubt. Oh, yeah, he would. Nah, these trolls are insignificant little wiggle worms. They're really not even worth discussing. But anyway, this is what it is. I think more things are rigged than people previously expected, to be honest with you. Now, we're going to get really heavy into these subjects in detail when my political co-host, Jason Cleveland, returns next Sunday, January 9th. And we're going to do a lot of screen sharing. And it's going to be great, along with other conversations and the food and the barbecue and the beer and the, red pill talk. And we'll get to everything.
Yeah, we always do.
Yeah, we always manage to squeeze everything in there. And now the other people that were supposed to be on the show, it's not a holiday today. It's January the 2nd.
Yeah.
I wonder where they are. Is there any big football games going on today that they're?
I know the Seahawks and the Lions are playing right now. I guess you got the Bears and the Giants playing as well, and I guess they're working up to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
so
they're probably the Giants are still in it.
Yeah,
I'm surprised.
I'm not big of a NFL guy. I'm more of a collegiate football guy. So, I mean, I'm just talking here.
I think the NFL players are underpaid compared to basketball and baseball.
Yeah, especially for the hits these guys take too in football. Oh, they are underpaid,
Yeah, I'm sure their career is shorter than baseball or basketball. Yeah, it has to be. With a violent contact sport like football, they should be paid a lot more. And don't forget, football is pretty damn popular. It's right up there, if not more popular than baseball.
Yeah, I mean, when was the last time you seen companies making special commercials for the what is it, World Series of Baseball, or even for the same thing for basketball? They don't. They do it for football. They got the Super Bowl and they make special commercials just for that day.
So that means since all the commercials are specially made for the playoffs and for the Super Bowl, then that's all the more reason why these players should be compensated adequately, a lot better than they have been.
Yeah.
Also, pro wrestlers are screwed over big time.
Oh, yeah.
Big time. But there's no union. There's no more state athletic commission. It's it's like it's run by promoters that are complete total dictators, and the people have to provide their own insurance, health insurance if they get hurt, and it's really
terrible.
The late great Gorilla Monsoon says there is no logical reason to be involved with professional wrestling at all, except the fact that you love it and you're hooked on it.
Yeah.
There's no logical reason to be in the business. In other words, it's a labor of love. That's it. Now, the other people, They're probably watching football games or they're playing with themselves. You know, all the others that I've given the link to, I've decided that I am not going to give the link to any of them unless they personally request to be on the show. They have to send me a private message. Unfortunately, they do it on Facebook Messenger. You know, Facebook Messenger is not the only way to send somebody a message.
Yeah.
And they're going to have to request it upon. You want to be a guest? Upon request. I'm not going to be like sending out these links to every Tom, Dick, and Harry I know. And then it's going to be the same shit. They don't show up. Hold on. Rumson is right beside. Oh, Red Bank. Yes. That's going. That's near. I think the end of Middlesex and the beginning of Monmouth County. That's like almost the beginning of the Jersey Shore. Red Bank, Perth Amboy, Woodbridge. I think that's Middlesex. You know, where Middlesex County gets close to Monmouth County, and the Jersey Shore officially begins in Monmouth County, which it starts with Keansburg, New Jersey. There used to be an old-time amusement park there back in the day. And then after that will be Sandy Hook and Seabright, and then eventually Long Branch, Asbury Park, and so on and so forth. Fairhaven, Long Branch, Asbury Park. Yeah, the what is it? The Stone Pony, where Bruce Springsteen used to perform at in Asbury Park. Is that what it's called? The Stone Pony? Yeah, that was like a favorite haunt of his. Okay, Woodstown. So you're 2 hours from there. Okay. Well, Philadelphia is like without traffic is 2 hours from me. And then
Is it always sunny in Philly?
No. No, it's only sunny. It's only sunny because the cast members are laughing all the way to the bank. Yeah, Danny DeVito and the others are laughing all the way.
I was wondering if we were going to get that reference or not. Yeah.
Well, I love the show, even though they are absolutely insane. By the way.
Yeah.
They're crazier than the Seinfeld cast members. They're really out of their minds, like they're sociopaths. They really are.
That Charlie's something else.
Charlie Day, and the chick. She's married to the other one.
Yeah.
What the fuck is her name? The blonde is married to not Dennis. Not Dennis. The other dude. Not Charlie, the other guy.
Yeah, the dark-haired guy. Not the guy that plays the brother, but the other guy.
Yeah, Deandra. The girl who plays Deandra. That's it.
Yeah.
She's married to that other guy. Word. What word is that? Is the magic, or is the key word word?
No, it's Sheboygan.
Listen, anybody who gets married, never ever choose your password never choose your birthday as your password. That's the first thing that your wife or fiance will think of if she wants to hack your
account,
internet accounts.
Yeah, it's like if you got a safe word with your significant other, choose the word meatloaf. Why? Because you would do things for love, but you won't do that.
Ah. Hold on, that deserves the 2 bells. She won't do that. Meatloaf, Meatloaf supposedly lives in Edgewater.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, I don't know where. I don't. If I see a celebrity, I know they get hounded by people all the time. I would just go about my business. If I say something like in public and they laugh and they start a conversation, I'll talk to them. But I'm not going to say, oh, could I have your autograph, please? I'm such a big fan of yours. Ooh. I'm not like a sorry sad sack sycophant. Oh, you're 2 hours from Rumson, which happens to be near Perth Amboy. And what do you got? The Amboys. There's more than one Amboy, right? And what's the Red Bank? Then there's the Raritan. That's near the Raritan Bridge that goes over to Raritan Bay, Raritan River. Yeah, the Raritan River, the Raritan Bay enters the ocean, and that takes you by Atlantic Highlands, by Sandy Hook, where the nude beaches. But that was originally a military base.
All right. Well, I'm coming out to see you over the summer, man. I want to see these new beaches.
Yeah, there's a nude beach in Sandy Hook, and it's called Gunnison Beach, Parking Area G. And the reason why it's called Gunnison Beach is because the military base is right there.
Oh.
There's like big cannons. I think it was.
I'm sure they got big cannons out there somewhere, especially in the summertime.
Well, there's big cannons, and it was active during World War II. They were looking for U-boats that would come into U.S. waters, German U-boats.
Yeah.
And one time you're gonna laugh. I was at a beach called Seagirt. It's near what is it? Spring Lake, Avon by the Sea. It's by Belmar. Okay. Seagirt. Don't ask me what a girt is. I have no idea. Anyway, I was flying my kite at the beach. Now, just imagine with the constant strong wind at the beach, the kite went up like this, like a rocket. I had no problem flying my kite. I mean, it just went up. It went up super, super high. I had one of those parachute material kites.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No solid parts. It was up there, and it was doing the dance in the sky. This cop in shorts came up to me and says, I got to pull my kite down because there's an ordinance in Seagirt that it's illegal to fly a kite. I go, are you serious? I says, there's nothing hard in my kite. The kite's not going to hurt anybody. It's not going to hit anybody. He says, that's not it. It's an ordinance that started during World War II because German spies were sending signals to U-boats with different color kites. I says, yeah, but there's no war going on. That the World War II has been over for many decades.
What, 60, 70 years now?
They never took the ordinance down. They just left it there. It's like, are you serious?
I see. Yeah, they should take down the ordinance, but I find it stranger that the cop still is enforcing that ordinance.
I said, you know how I says, I hope you realize it's going to take a while for me to pull my kite down. He says, I know. I said, look how far up it is. Over 20 minutes. Pull. Boom. Over 20 minutes. And what I loved about the kite was once I folded everything up, you know, I was able to put it in this little nylon bag with the drawstring, you know, but of course I had to put a nice long big spool of string. You know, you know, the kite string it came with, it only takes it up so far. So I got this big spool, and it was up there. It was up there, and for stupid ass reason, I had to pull it down. Thank you, Sid. So are you. So are all of us that come through and, you know, and show up to contribute to the show. And I appreciate everybody stopping by. I don't have to prepare anything from scratch for dinner because I have the leftover organic spaghetti with red clam sauce, and there's just enough clams for me to notice that there's clams in there, but I'm not going to get that brand again. You know,
can of
yeah,
clams.
yeah. Snow, what's it called? Snow brand. It was like 6.50 ounces, and most of the weight was broth. You know, and if you look at it, you would think most of the weight would be chopped clams.
Oh, yeah, you would hope. Yeah,
you would hope. Yeah. You know, I meant to ask you. My mother used to cook these fish called smelts.
Yeah,
and they were decent size. I mean, you know, they weren't sardines. They were like that.
The smelts I've dealt with were about as big as my pinky, and they don't take long to cook. Yeah,
3 times the size of your pinky. Because I was able, all I had was a center bone. The both sides were solid meat. I would just eat one side, bloop, pull the bone right out like that, and the rest was all meat. And she used to put it in a broiler or fry it. And on the bag, it said they were from the Great Lakes.
Well, they must have their own like farm, because, like I said, the smelt I'm used to is used for bait usually. So
it's a freshwater smelt.
Yeah, freshwater smelt. They use it for bait.
Then smelts are probably like shiners. They're freshwater fish.
Yeah. I'm sure they let them grow to a certain point too, so I'm sure they do.
Yeah, well, some fish live in the ocean and breed in fresh water. They spawn.
Yeah, like was it cod, or is that salmon?
Salmon. Also shad. We have a fish called shad that spawns in May. It comes up the Hudson River from the ocean, and certain fish spawn. It's amazing that they do, and then one of the most dangerous, if not the most dangerous shark, can swim from the ocean into a freshwater river, and that's a bull shark. They can thrive in fresh water. So I guess if they're from the Great Lakes are not brackish, right? They're fresh water.
Yeah, they're fresh. Great Lakes are freshwater. Yeah,
they're all fresh water. Okay, yeah.
Yep, all of them. They're fresh.
Because I know shiners. I think a lot of these small bait fish in fresh water belong to the minnow family. They're all forms of minnows, I think. But anyway, that's about it, really. As I said before, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Sid. Thank you, Bart Robinson. Thank you, Jordy, and his little, what was he, a cousin of his? I'm not sure of the relation. The little boy was Braven. And thank you, Masumi, and thank you, BC Beer Reviews. And let's see, who else? Am I forgetting anybody? No, that's it. I've covered it all. And all the people that chose not to come on the show, received the link, you can all blow it out of your ass. And that's it. And the BC's first time cooking beef ribs, and it was done on his barbecue, and they came out great.
Yep.
They came out great, and we showed a few beers, and we did a little important talking, little tidbits here and there, a little comedy here and there. So it was good. It was good. So
Yeah.
next time we'll see all you guys Sunday, January 9th, with the return of Jason Cleveland from Washington, and we will get really revealing. We would really reveal when Jason's on the show, and that's that. We'll see you next week, God willing. Knock on wood, and take care. I'll talk to you as usual over on Messenger. Sid, I'll see you the next time. Bart Robinson, I'll see you on Messenger also. If you have a free moment. I know we talk about fitness and nutrition. Definitely check out that Holistic Health Talk. We'd love to have you. And Everything is Food is the International Food and Drink group on Facebook. And Progressive Discussions can be found on Tumblr and on Facebook also. And that's it, really. I mean, I'm not on TikTok because I'm debating whether or not to be on TikTok, because there's a lot of freakazoids over there on TikTok, and I don't want to be on social media that the public will not take seriously. Like Tinder was loaded with scammers and lowlives and ghetto people, and Tinder was definitely bad news. But TikTok most likely has more freedom because they're a Chinese-owned company, so they want to probably take all the members away from the American social media companies like Twitter and Facebook, and so they're going to make it enticing for people to make the switch. So, but I'm still thinking about the TikTok. I haven't decided yet. I might create an account. I might not. I had Instagram. They terminated my account after 1 week because they didn't like my honesty. Just like Twitter terminated my old account because they didn't like my political honesty either. But do I want to be on a social media website where I have to walk on eggshells and be nervous about like everything I do? No, I don't want that. I've always been outspoken, and I'm not gonna march in lockstep to what these corporate fascists say. I want to do what I do like I've always done. And if I have something to say, I'll say it. The only thing with YouTube is you can't put it in the title of the show. Like you can put certain things in the title of the show, but you can't put them all. Like for instance, they removed a YouTube video that I posted on Facebook, and this was from YouTube, where this young man was showing how to make homemade hydroxychloroquine at home. It was an easy recipe of. He took like 3 organic grapefruits and 3 organic lemons, and he took the skin off both of them. he ate the fruit, but he took the skin, you know, he cleaned them, took the skin off, and he boiled the skins of both of these citrus fruits. And, you know, he slow simmered until they got dark, and then he strained it, let it cool down, and he says it's loaded with hydroxychloroquine. Just for that, Facebook took it off. They removed it because they saw the word hydroxychloroquine, which happens to work in reality, you know. But I guess the drug companies don't like that, because then they lose money. So anyway, BC, I'll see you around. Thank you, everyone.
Yep.
Thank
See
you,
you later.
everyone. Bye-bye.